put it on your nose, bright clear. How my baby's running this a block cause she fear what you do to you if you get dirty hands in veneer. What you do, what she is, little boy, I tell you this. If baby wants sit, she can sit. If baby says lit, it's lit. Got your bank account and I cute. If she said it loud, it's the truth.
Man, I am freezing. If you can't tell, the Viper is new to me. This is the Ozone Viper 5, and this wing scares the hell out of me in a good way. It's telling me that I've been complacent in a lot of my flying, and finally now I'm having to push a little harder. It rolls, builds energy. It's incredible, but it's a very active wing, and I feel like I'm using it to probably like 1/5 of its potential. Anyway, I'm cool. Time to land, pack up, and get on the road. To combat the cold, I want to show you my favorite winter product right now. This is by a company called Fortress. I think you guys have heard me talk about them before. The only way winter flying out here in Salt Lake City works. So we got a headpiece. Now look, I've got, it's 30 degrees. I got no base layer on, just t-shirt. Base layer on. So this is what Fortress recommends for cold weather, and when we're flying, it's mega cold. So I've got their base layer on. I've got the hood on to keep the wind chill off of my face. The mask comes up like this, but also to keep the heat on my head underneath my helmet. And then also underneath these pants. All right, Mom, don't look. I've got the same base layer that's up top, just in a pant version down low. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff is too warm, too hot. It's freaking fantastic, especially when you're flying in the winter. So, got all that. I've got this pack bag. I'm gonna put what I'm not using. They also have socks. I'm not using the socks because they get too warm. And then finally, they've got their outside jacket layer. Now the cool thing with Fortress is that this equipment is meant to work whether it's wet or dry. Oh, there we go. Business time. Let's do it. So I've been on the road now for like 3.5 hours. I thought it was super late. It's not. It's 10:46. But I'm hammered. Like, I feel exhausted. I'm already 4 bowls deep, and it's not even midnight yet, and I'm still in the state of Utah. So I'm let me get all these back in here. Needless to say, I'm pretty exhausted, but we're gonna keep going because where I'm headed right now is honestly a place I've been dying to go to for a very long time. It's a place that a lot of you are super familiar with, and I'm pumped to get there. You see, just to give you a little bit of perspective on why I'm so stoked right now is because I'm traveling from 4,500 feet above sea level, 5 degrees Fahrenheit, to negative degrees, to negative feet above sea level, and 68 degrees above Fahrenheit. 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 Fahrenheit degrees above. I'm stoking out of my mind. I'm so ready to get some warm flights in, or at least warmer than what I've been in. And the air density down here is so thick, or down to where I'm going is so thick, that it's gonna be flying through peanut butter, which has me super animated. So I've got about 3 days to fly down there and slam as much flying in as possible. I couldn't be more excited. I'm doing a solo trip, going by myself, and I've got all my favorite toys to do it with. Let me show you really quick. So what I got behind me right now, I brought a trike, a solo trike. I brought my solo unit. I've got 2 Triox wings, the Triox 1 and the Triox 2, the Viper 5, and then my Sirocco 2. Literally all the fun toys to play down at the Salton Sea. Now what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of testing with that Viper 5 and see how it handles in just this super dense air. This Viper 5 is the 22 meter. It's the big one. It's the biggest one they make. I want to see how it handles density, because I know what it does at 4,500 feet and it's scaring the hell out of me. So a little bit of denser air, I want to see what it'll do. The other thing I want to do is take the Triox 2 into some denser air as well and see how it handles as a tandem trike, see how fun it is and what its launch characteristics are. That's why we're gonna drive through the night, pound it, and keep going. So let's go.
Billy boy made a choice on the regular. She bring a milli home. Click my phone, get my ass up, get a dinner going. Watch she out there.
Okay, took a little bit of a nap here in Las Vegas. I was just so dead dog tired I couldn't keep driving. Was supposed to only sleep for an hour. Ended up sleeping for a long time. It's 5 a.m. back on the road. Let's go. We are still not here yet. We're in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and I just had to stop to get some sun and get some air, get some good vitamin D on the skin. Way over there, you can see a little bit of the water, but the crazy thing is as I'm driving, there's just an abundance of food everywhere. Look at this. Look at this. Anyway, I haven't been to the store yet, so I think I'm just gonna collect food the whole way down, and I'm gonna get all fat and sassy. This is epic. I think there is a law, and this law is like as ancient as the Bible is, that if you're passing by a field, you're allowed to take as much as you can carry, but nothing more. So like no bags, nothing like that, just as much as you can carry in your arms. I think that's the law. Alright, fast forward a few steps, made it. Here at the Salton Sea, I got Clint behind me. First stop on our cross country, me and Clint landed out way out here in the middle of nowhere, BFE, to 17 Palm Springs, taking the views and then keep going on to Ocotillo. So I guess this is what it ends up looking like if you don't trim your trees, huh?
Yeah, trim that bush.
Yeah, I was like, it looks familiar. This is cool. So somewhere in here, there is like a geocache. It's something you can sign. So we've landed out here, and we got a little bit of funky wind and thermic activity because, as you can tell, it's kind of late in the day. So getting out of here is going to be interesting, but it'll be fun. Got it, Clint. Found it. Cool, dude.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's game time. So Clint and I are set up right now in this little wash area. Got my wing right there. Clint's over here off to the side. This is what our terrain looks like. It's kind of soft wash, but plenty of runway. So it's pretty late in the day. Thermals are definitely present, but not horrible. And then we got wind too. Check this out. It's actually not that bad. So we got a little bit of wind drift coming in that direction. All a perfect recipe for fun launches. So The goal will be pop that wing up, run, and then try to bank down the wash, get airborne long before that, bank down the wash, get up. And then we're off to Ocotillo Wells. These are all spots I've heard of my whole life, but I've never been to before. So it is super cool to be able to see these places. You know, Ocotillo Wells was a spot that I always heard from my father, you know, motorcycles and off-road racing kind of thing. So it would be cool to bring my sport down there and experience the area. But we got to get up in the air because I am so hot. Like, I wore way too many layers. Perfectly executed. Now it's my turn to not mess this up. I guess if you see me in the air in the next shot right now, everything went good. I've had the Ozone Viper 5 for the last week, and I've been flying it as much as I possibly can. This wing is insane, like absolutely insane. It's an incredibly agile wing, loves to roll. I've been experimenting with the speed range on it. It's not as fast as I thought. So this is a 22 meter. My all-up weight is 136 kg, and it's really changed the way that I think about wings and how I view aerodynamics. Overall, just an incredible wing. I got Clint somewhere. I don't know where Clint went. Before I start doing rolls and stuff, I gotta find